Hi, I'm Bree. Thank you for joining me. Today we'll do a little flow focusing on strengthening the quads. So we'll go ahead and get started in an easy seated pose, Sukhasana. Crisscross applesauce. You can just cross your shins, or if you'd like to take it to half lotus, you can take one of the ankles, bring it on the opposite knee. We'll start with a little bit of groundedness here. So really work, press your tailbone to the ground. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Unhinge your jaw, close your eyes. And bring your palms face down or face up to rest on your knees. Begin with the breath. Take a nice long inhale through the nose. Watch the air run down the back of the throat, inflating the lungs. Let the chest and the belly expand. Release. Use your abdominal muscles, draw the navel backwards towards the spine, putting pressure on the diaphragm, emptying out the breath. Taking a few more rounds of cleansing breath just like that. Nice long inhale through the nose. Nice loud exhales through the lips. Your next inhale, gently open the eyes. Bring the arms down by the sides. Breathe in, reach the fingertips out and up overhead. Sending the gaze to the sky, maybe rolling out the wrists here, finding some mobility in the joints. You can interlace the fingers, open the palms. Maybe twist side to side. Find some little bends, whatever feels good here. Still really grounding through the tailbone here, feeling the hips connected as you root. Release the fingertips, inhale, lift. And as you exhale, let the hands melt through heart center. Begin to shift forward, taking it to a gentle hip stretch here. Keeping in mind this is the beginning of your movement, so if it feels a little bit tight or tender, be easy, be kind. Maybe if your forehead can rest on the mat, you release down. Taking a full round of breath here. And next inhale, gently lift the gaze. Begin to walk the fingertips back to the shins. Inhale, sweep the fingertips high overhead. This time as you exhale, take a twist. Opening to the left, let the right palm connect with the left knee. Grounding the left fingertips behind the tailbone, sending the gaze over that left shoulder. Lifting high through the crown here. Feeling that extension in your spine as you inhale. Deepening the twist as you exhale. Inhale, right back up through center, fingertips reach, take it into the other side with the next breath out. Left palm, right knee, right fingertips behind the tailbone. Again, lifting with the breath in, twisting with the breath out. Inhale, come back to center, reach. Exhale, hands come to heart. Let the legs extend here. So easing in to the quad work. You can bend and extend the feet, again, working through some mobility in the joints if that feels good. And then we'll start by framing the right thigh or left thigh with the palms. Point the left foot. As you inhale, lift the left heel. Keep grounding through the tail, keep extending through the spine. Try not to round and curl over. Find that nice proud chest here, feeling that strength build in the stillness. Woo! And let's pulse it. Really tiny movement here. Contracting the quad, breathing through it. Try not to hold on to the breath. You've got 3, 2, 1. With ease, set the heel down. Take a moment, just acknowledge the difference you feel between the thighs. Doesn't look like a lot, but we're definitely feeling the burn. Ground the palms, opposite leg. Point the toes. Start by grounding, and then lift the heel. Embracing a little bit of stillness here, starting to feel that activation in the muscle, and then take it to that tiny movement. Pulse. Don't forget to breathe. We've got 3, 2, 1. Gently set the heel down. Bring the palms outside of your hips, bend the knees, and just alleviate some of that tension here. Dropping knees from side to side. Let's take it back to the easy seat or half lotus, this time crossing opposite leg. So we can take that hip stretch again, even out the sides. So whatever shin was in front now will be in back, whatever ankle was on top now will be underneath. Finding that stillness here. Inhale, sweep the fingertips high. Exhale, drop the left fingertips. Begin to bend the left elbows. You reach up and over with the right. Really working to plant that right hip, opening the right shoulder. The gaze can come high or it can come down. Breathing length into the right side body. Take another inhale here. Exhale, go a little bit deeper, reach a little further. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale takes us right into the other side. Ground the right fingertips, reach up and over with the left. Again, pressing through the left hip here, really feeling that stretch along the left side body. Spiraling open the left shoulder, gaze is high or down. One more full round of breath here. Inhale, back to center. Let's take it to the hips. As you exhale, hands melt through heart. Pressing down as you begin to shift forward. Maybe forehead meets the mat. If you'd like, you can bend the elbows, bring it to the forearms, or even stack the fists. Notice if you're lifting through the hips here, try and remove that space between your body and the ground. Next, inhale, gently walk the fingertips back to the shins. Really press here. And then release the legs. Let the arms come behind the hips once again. A little different. This time we'll start with opposite leg. So we started with left last, we begin with the right. Frame the thigh with the palms. Point the right toes here. Take it to that lift, finding that stillness. And begin to draw circles here. So a little bit more control with the movement here. Breathing, reverse the direction. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Woo! Other side, here we go. Point that left foot with control. Inhale, lift, start to draw those circles here. Finding activation, pointing the toes, reversing the direction. Breathing. 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Woo! Palms behind the hips. Drop the knees side to side. Let's find a little bit of momentum here. When you're ready, feet will come together, bend the knees, hook the fingertips behind the hamstrings, just rock and roll, length of spine. Take a few rocks here. Let your hips lift, come onto your traps. Eventually you'll gain enough momentum for ankles to cross. Palms will ground, step it back to a tabletop pose, taking a moment to readjust if needed. Palms under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll begin to warm up through the spine. As you inhale, press the belly towards the floor, lift the gaze towards the sky, open through the heart and throat. Exhale, begin with the tuck of the tailbone and allow that curl to extend naturally along the spine. Cat pose, back arches, gaze drops to thighs. Inhale, cow. Use the heels of your hands, pull your collarbones forward. Exhale, cat. Press down through the palms, send your breath between your shoulder blades. Start to add in any motion that you like here. Maybe close your eyes, thinking less, feeling more. If you want to draw some circles with the hips, roll out the shoulders or the neck. An option I always like to take is to flip the fingertips to face the knees, open through the forearms and the wrists. We'll take another round of breath, evening out anything, completing whatever motion feels good for you. We'll meet back in that neutral tabletop. If your fingers are flipped backwards, bring them back to face the top of the mat. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Taking a few rounds of breath here to begin, maybe embracing the stillness, or maybe finding some movement, bending the knees, pedaling out the legs. Use your thumb and your forefinger here as your anchor, so keeping it light on the outside, 3 fingers, press through the heels of the hands, let your chest come backwards towards the thighs. We'll find stillness here as you inhale, lift high into the toes. As you exhale, walk the fingertips back to meet them. Drop the hips to the heels, finding a little squat and curl. You can keep the fingers on the ground. If you want to work into your balance, you can wrap the arms around the shins. You want to stretch out those quads a little bit. You're feeling those little leg lifts. You can lift the hips and drop them. Taking one more round of breath for whatever feels good for you. And we'll meet back with fingertips on the mat. Keep the heels lifted as you inhale, send the hips to the sky. Exhale, drop the right heel. Taking a moment here, sending that body weight backwards, keeping it light on the right toes, feeling the stretch in the IT band outside of right hip. Inhale, lift right heel. Exhale, drop the left. Same thing, pausing, breathing through the left side, keeping it light on the toes, pressing through the heel. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, drop both heels. You can capture opposite elbows here. Release into your ragdoll pose, forward fold. Maybe shifting side to side, bending and extending. Let your head be heavy here, taking that pressure off of your neck. Switch the grip if you have it. Release the fingertips to the floor, bend the knees a lot. As you inhale, ground through the heels, begin to uncurl, inflating. Head is last to lift. Maybe take some shoulder rolls, some neck rolls. Readjust as needed. And then we'll settle into standing at attention, Samasthiti. Lift through your toes and then press them back into the mat. So all four corners of your feet are actively engaged here as you ground. Contract the quads, kneecaps will lift. Find a slight tuck of the tailbone here. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Fingertips reach up and overhead, connecting with both earth and sky. Notice the shoulders might have snuck up by the ears. Let the shoulder blades melt together down the spine. Continuing to draw navel backwards, activating Uddiyana Bandha, abdominal lock. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, cactus the arms, open through the chest. Press the hips forward over the heels, little back bend. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, hands melt through heart, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, fingertips can stay on the mat or palms come to shins. Shift your weight forward into your toes. Make yourself work to keep your balance here. Feel that length in the hamstrings. Breathe in, re-engage the breath. Breathe out. Ground the palms, walk it forward, find your high plank pose. Breathing through the stillness here, finding strength. Shift it forward so the heels stack over the toes. Keep the legs active, hips in line with shoulders, shoulders over wrists. Press yourself away from the floor here. Take a full round of breath. And then inhale, shift forward, shoulders past, fingertips, exhale, lower down halfway with control. Inhale, upward facing dog, untuck the toes, press through the palms, lift the gaze, lift the thighs, and exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky. We'll take a cleansing breath here. Big inhale, fill the lungs. Big exhale, release. Inhale, rise to the toes, gaze to the thumbs. Exhale with control, tiptoe, top of the mat. Breathe it in, lift halfway. Breathe it out, folds. Inhale, mountain pose. Root to rise, reach, exhale, open up. Maybe a little deeper in the back bend, second time around. Inhale, back to center. This time palms meet overhead and drop to heart center. Taking a moment to stabilize, finding balance through the left foot. Inhale, Akapada Tadasana, one leg mountain. Right knee lifts in line with right hip, right toes are flexed. Still extending through the crown. Use that left big toe as your anchor. Then begin to release the right heel forward, straightening the leg. Feeling that quad. Keep the leg extended, bring the right foot to a hover in the center. Take it out to the side. Abduction, find a pulse. Slight internal rotation of the right ankle here. Pressing and lifting through the heel. Feeling that balance in the left leg, that left calf. Breathing for 5, 4, hold in 3, last 2, 1. Hold it here. With control, wrap the right ankle behind the left. Square the hips, tuck the left hip back, press the right hip forward. Inhale, reach arms overhead. Capture the right wrist with the left thumb and the left forefinger and take it into your side bend with that exhale. Noticing that tendency to exaggerate curve of lumbar spine. Again, tuck the tail here. Yes, feel those bandhas activate, supporting your spine, containing your breath. Maybe gaze is under the right shoulder, maybe it's down towards the toes. As you inhale, feel those intercostal muscles extend, creating space between the ribs. Inhale, gently come back through center. Exhale, let the hands melt through heart. Take it to your cross leg forward fold. So 2 options here. You can find stillness. If you're remaining still, tuck the left hip back, send the right hip forward. If you'd like to move, you can shift from side to side. So you'll feel that stretch in the outside of the right hip here. Release your head and chest over your thighs. If the fingers are not on the floor, bring them there now. As you inhale, send the right leg high. Take it to a standing split. Maybe you work on your balance, wrapping the palms around the left calf. Maybe you bend, grabbing for the right foot with the left hand. Taking a full round of breath wherever you are, doing whatever you feel called to do. We'll meet back in that standing split. Inhale as you exhale. Bend both knees. Bring the right toes to the back left side of the mat. Bringing that right knee to a hover. When you're ready, lift the hands to the heart, taking it to a curtsy squat here. Tuck the left hip back, press the right hip forward. We'll breathe in, lower that right knee to a hover. Breathe out on the exertion, lift up to a full squat. Inhale, exhale. Woo. Inhale, yes. Feeling that left leg working, keeping it light on the toes, grounding through the left heel. We've got 5 more. Moving with control here, not trying to go too fast. Using your muscles, not the momentum. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Next inhale, you're gonna launch it forward to airplane pose. Find that balance, take your time. Grounding through the left big toe once again. Extending the right leg, finding flexion in the foot. Drop the right hip in line with the left. Keeping your hips balanced here, reaching backwards with the fingertips, palms face the floor. Inhale, lift through the heart and heel. Next breath in, come back to that one leg mountain pose. Reach up, take your right arm, wrap it underneath your left. Preparing for eagle pose. Press palms together or give yourself a big bear hug here. Then wrap that right thigh over the left. Maybe the toes tap for a kickstand. Maybe they tuck for a double bind. Draw the elbows towards the heart, open through the back body, sink into the legs here. Keeping the hips square, shifting the shoulders back to stack over top. Finding that point to focus on with your gaze, your drishti, something not moving in front of you. Help keep your balance. Take one more inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, unravel one leg mountain. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Start by bringing hands to heart center. So in your chair pose here, if it doesn't feel good in your low spine to have your ankles together, you can separate. The most important thing about the foundation of your feet is that your weight is backwards in your heels, so your toes are light. With your hands at your heart, lift your sternum to your thumbs. Keep that proud chest as arms extend, biceps frame the ears, fingertips reach. Inhale here. Exhale, diver's pose. Lift the heels, bring the fingertips behind, using the triceps to lift the pinkies. Palms face one another like you're holding a beach ball. Chest can shift forward slightly over the thighs. Now bring the arms back. They're gonna help you balance. So bring them parallel here. Zip up the fingertips and then draw the shoulders back into their sockets. With control, slowly lower yourself all the way down. Embrace that balance challenge. See if you can pause when your hips are in line with your knees. Taking it all the way down to your squat and curl. Woo, baby, thighs, hello quads. When you're here, wrap your arms around your shins, curl chin to chest. Ground the palms, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Let the palms connect. Step the right toes back, step the left toes back. Inhale, shift forward, exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send the hips up and back. Taking a cleansing breath here. Big inhale, fill the lungs. Big exhale, release. Let's even out the sides. Inhale, rise to the toes, gaze to the thumbs. This time, lead your tiptoe with the opposite foot. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain tadasana, root to rise, reach, 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 extend the spine. Exhale, take it back, open through the heart. Inhale, back to center, palms meet overhead, drop to sternum. Prepare for that one leg balance. Lift the left knee, Ekapada Tadasana, flex the left foot, grounding through the right big toe, slight internal rotation of the ankle. Pressing high through the crown, extend the left leg. Breathing through it, maintaining the flexion in the foot. Keep the leg long as you drop it to a hover and center. Then take it out to the side, abduction, pulse, pulse. Slight internal rotation of that left ankle. Using that right big toe as your anchor here. Feeling that balance challenge, calf is working. 4, 5, 4, 3, hold in 2, 1, hold. With control, wrap left ankle around the right. Inhale, extend the arms. Capture left wrist with right thumb and forefinger. Exhale, take it to that side bend. Noticing if that right hip is pressing forward. See if you can tuck it back here. Squeeze inner thighs. Activate the bandhas. Breathe. Gaze is high or down to the toes. Creating space in the left side body. Taking one more round of breath. Inhale back through center. Exhale, hands melt through heart, hinge at the hips. Taking it to that cross leg forward fold here. Shifting side to side or embracing the stillness. Feeling the stretch in the outside of the left hip. If your hands are not on the mat, bring them there now. And as you inhale, take it to your standing split. Release the left leg, let it come high. Maybe working into that balance challenge, wrapping the palms around the calves, or the right calf. Maybe taking the bind, bend the left knee, capture the left foot with the right hand. Taking another round of breath, doing whatever you're doing. And then bend both knees, tap the left toes to the back of the right corner side of the mat. And then you'll lift, hands to heart. Square the hips. Inhale, drop the knee to a hover. Exhale, exert, lift. Curtsy squat. Keep squeezing inner thighs. Core is active. 5 more. Last 4. 3. 2, we'll hold it low, and 1, hold, preparing for that airplane. Inhale, launch it forward with control, finding that stability in the right foot, flexing the back left foot, reaching backwards with the fingertips, leveling the hips, breathing in the stillness. Inhale, take it out to that one leg mountain once again. We've been here before. Left arm wraps underneath right, finding the bind, draw the elbows to the heart, press the palms, or give yourself a nice big bear hug here. Route that left thigh over the right. You can tuck the toes, or you can drop them for a kickstand. Taking a moment to find what works for you. And then sink into the legs. Remember, find that point to focus on with your eyes. Help keep your balance. Imagine you're up against a wall. The shoulders will shift backwards over the hips. Taking a full round of breath in. Exhale, sink. Inhale, unravel. Exhale, chair. We've been here before. Maybe you challenge your depth this second time around. Inhale, lift the chest, the fingertips. Exhale, diver's pose with control. Ready for that slow burn? Here we go. Arms back to parallel. Take it down with control. Keep your gaze fixed on something in front of you. Maybe pause when your hips are in line with your knees. Woo! Embrace the shake. Take it all the way down to the heels. Find that squat and curl. Fingertips to the floor. Heels drop. Inhale, send the hips to the sky. Lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Ground the palms. Step left toes back. Step right toes back. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the toes, gaze to the thumbs. Tiptoe to the top of the mat. Drop the knees down, bring them together. Create space between the heels for your hips to sit. Taking it to a fixed, firm pose. If this feels good here, you can stay here. If you'd like to take it a little bit further backwards, start by bringing the palms behind the hips. If you're leaning at all, before you go down, lift the hips, tuck the tailbone, and then set yourself back down so you're taking some of that pressure off of your low spine, keeping it fully extended. If you want to stay here, bend the elbows, maybe release the chin, you can. If you want to come to your forearms, you can do so as well. If you're taking it all the way down to the spine, you can reach your arms overhead, grab for opposite elbows. We'll take 3 rounds of breath wherever you are, feeling that length in the quads. If you're down, slowly begin to make your way back up, taking your time. Bring the palms in front. Release to your tabletop pose. Bring some life back into the feet. Maybe you tap them out. Maybe you extend one leg, tucking the toes, pressing through the heel, and then doing the same thing on the opposite side. This time, walk it forward. Come around, back to seated. Keep your left leg bent. Extend your right leg, flex the foot. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Press the right knee forward here, taking a nice little figure 4 stretch. Creating space in the right hip. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend and ground, taking it to the other side. Let the left leg lengthen, keeping the flexion in the foot. Cross the left ankle over the right knee, pressing that left knee forward, breathing into the stretch. Extend the leg here. Let both legs lengthen, maintaining that flexion activation of the feet, grounding through the tailbone here, straightening through the spine. We'll take it to a seated forward fold. Inhale, sweep fingertips out and up overhead. Exhale, take it in 2 parts. First, lower down halfway, pause here. Then as you inhale, reach for the toes. Exhale, curl the chin towards the chest. Release the forehead to the knees. Now take some of that pressure off your hamstrings. Be kind to yourself. Bend your knees as much as you need. Visualize that space between each vertebrae extending here. Imagine you have a magnet from the crown of your head to your big toes. So wherever your palms grab a hold of, feet, ankles, shins, as you inhale, see if you can make that connection. As you exhale, allow yourself to deepen here. Remember, force generates resistance, surrender initiates release. So be patient with yourself, breathe through it. See if you can soften into the stretch. Next, inhale, ground through the tailbone. Uncurl the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Bring the palms behind the hips. Bend the knees slightly here and release the chin from the chest. Maybe pressing the belly forward, arching the spine. Just taking a little counter stretch here. Bring yourself back to center. Thank you guys. Hope you're feeling that in the legs. Got a nice little burn in. Focus on some strength. See you guys soon. Bye.